Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss or Mr. Virgo. Happy birthday to you. I really hope you're celebrating this month because, Virgo, no matter what is happening, you are the star this month. And you know what I love so much about this? And I have my notes here, guys, for astrology, so Julieta doesn't get overly too lost with your reading. You are focusing yourself in you, Virgo. And I like this so much for you because, you know, you tend to be this sign that, and it's, you know, we need you, no? We need your energy, Virgo. You know, you are the one who's always taking care of other. Even if you don't realize it, always. You know, you're like that friend in the group who's always checking out that everybody in the group is okay, you know? And trying to have always this medium point where people actually can collaborate together, you know? You have like this innate thing to want to serve others. And it's wonderful. But I have the feeling that during this month, and it's not just because it's your birthday, okay? But it's really because, you know, Mars is in your sign. The sun is in your sign. And we're gonna have in a few days a new moon in your sign, which is gonna do also a very beautiful aspect to Uranus in Taurus and Pluto in Capricorn, fellow earth signs. So no matter what we had been experiencing or what we're experiencing right now, which it means you already maybe know where you're heading or what you wanna do now, we are still in the fucking clouds here. And everybody's feeling this, you know? But I think that during these weeks, even though the fog, Virgo, you're gonna be getting so much clarity over whatever it's like how you see yourself here, Virgo. Because this is your first house. And the houses are connected to this house, and particularly speaking, this new moon that is gonna be so powerful. It's like giving you that power back and creativity back that almost in some moments you will see as unexpected, you know, because that's what Uranus does. And also transformative, because, you know, Uranus loves changes, even though it's in Taurus. And Pluto is a transformative nano planet that is in Capricorn. So in your house of creativity, so a lot of creative ideas that might become or have a huge impact in how you see yourself now and how you feel. And I think that this is affecting like the hardcore of who you are, Virgo, because I don't think you are seeing yourself in the same way anymore. I think that you come from a period, you transform so much. You have been one of these signs that had been in, I mean, we had been all in this very transformative, like we are all embodying this transformative energy. It's just that maybe some signs more than others, and most surely when we arrive to the month where our sign it's like coming back to the cycle, it's starting a new cycle. So it's like this is your new year, you know, this is gonna be like a new year for you, and it's gonna touch many things about your work, your career, like what you actually really want to do here, and maybe something that you were waiting for. And maybe you're still waiting for this, as I'm getting the 3 of Wands. Like, but you have decided here. you have already turned your back to your past, Virgo. And you are looking, it's like you're looking at the horizon, and you have here something that you know is coming. You can see it. You're starting to see it right now, even though maybe it's not yet 100% there. So I'm gonna be talking about all these aspects that are happening throughout the month of this card also was turned, so I'm taking it with these 3 of Wands. You know, guys, if there are too many cards that turn, flip from the deck, I don't take them. But if there are maximum 2 cards or sometimes 3 cards, you know, I sometimes have my exceptions, most surely when I'm closing the readings. But this is something you had been, it's like you had been working hard on a new start maybe in your career. Like, or something that you want to do more. And you had been putting a lot of energy into this. You know, Knight of Wands with the 3 of Wands. This is like very powerful, fiery energy. I mean, having Mars in your sign, if you come from a period where you were not feeling very energetic, I think that probably throughout the last weeks of August and now throughout the beginning of September, you're feeling, no matter what is going on, no matter the confusion, no matter the chaos, no matter like people being irritated right now because they don't know what to do or where they are going, I have a sense that you are, it's like you are very charged, Virgo. You have been charged of energy throughout this period, and this is what you're feeling maybe right now. It's like, I really like this, and for me it makes a lot of sense, no? Like, there is something that I really feel you're waiting for maybe, or you have been waiting for some time. Man, this is what is coming in your obstacle, and we have the moon. It's funny that the moon is coming in your obstacle. Well, it's gonna be your new moon, and then we're gonna have as well a full moon in Pisces in your opposite sign. Sector of relationships, Virgo. What the moon is bringing you might be an obstacle for you right now, or that's what you are feeling. I mean, the moon is associated to the emotions, you know. So yeah, you come from a period where you have been deeply emotional, and you're in a moment right now where you feel it's like you're having a lot of deep emotions here. Even though you're active, I see a Virgo here who is like, let's get things done, you know, let's do this, that. It might be that in some moments your emotions, it's almost like they put you in this fogginess that is not really what you necessarily like the most, Virgo. You know. Now, I want to know what is coming next, because the thing is, too many cards, guys. So, first half of September, focus on you. Focus in doing the things you want to do. Maybe doing some physical changes or taking care of things that have something to do regarding your health. Still, Jupiter and Saturn are in your 6th house. So, and this is in a very positive alignment to this new moon as well, because the new moon is not just gonna have a beautiful aspect, grand trinion with earth signs, but we're also gonna experience a grand trinion with air signs. So a lot of ideas that might be coming out to you, and this is something that I think is definitely something that it's in relation to your creativity, Virgo, that might even come as unexpected, or maybe you expected it, but the way it might come out might be very different to you. I think that right now I'm talking here to a Virgo that is like, you're in a moment right now that you put all your energy and efforts in, it's like your action mode. You don't know yet what will be the result. You don't know yet where all these efforts are taking you. Like the uncertainty, Virgo. The moon, I mean, like being in the darkness, like feeling in some moments that you cannot see with clarity with everything that you are doing. And like, it's okay. You know, it's really okay. You know, all the signs, I mean, everybody right now, we are in this mode right now. It's just that we experience it maybe in different ways or in different stuff, like in different sectors of our life. And it could really be as well like what you had been leaving behind. Six of Swords. It could really be that even regarding your relationships, because you're gonna have all these things about you centering in yourself, in your work, in your health, maybe even like something that you had been doing already for a while. I don't think that this is new, but you knew that this is something that was gonna take you some time, and like it required from you to be very active as well, not just like waiting. No, this is something that you had been physically very active with. But maybe while having all these, there is also gonna be a lot of activation of your relationship side, your seventh house. And Venus is gonna enter by the 10th of September in Scorpio, you know, opposing Uranus. So there might be some important conversations with someone that has been maybe in the back for some time. Or maybe this could mean somebody very new in your life that is appearing during this month. And you're having like this super deep conversation with, or maybe receiving, or you sending a very deep message, or having this deep connection that I think for me it's happening in a communicative level. Like you maybe having, you know, speaking in a way that is almost like surprising you, you know? Like maybe having this conversation with this person is something that you didn't expect. Maybe you didn't expect to have deep emotions. And maybe this is what is causing some cloudiness. You know, like when we're gonna have this full moon in Pisces in your 7th house by the 20th of September, it's gonna affect you very strongly, because by that time the sun is still in your sign and it's your opposite sign, so it's like the sun opposing the moon. And so Neptune, a ruler planet of Pisces, is as well in Pisces. So this full moon, it's gonna be a very dreamy, cloudy moon that can bring a lot of positive things, but might be that all these things that are coming that could bring like a sense of inspiration that maybe you haven't been experiencing in a while, Virgo, they might also bring some doubt. Like, okay, maybe you're having this encounter that might be more emotional than you expected, or having this conversation, but your reaction towards it might be like the start. Might be a little bit like, okay, let me have some time here to understand maybe what this means, because I might need here some time to understand what is this all that it's coming, like something that is becoming like definitely, I mean, man, I was saying inspiration, Virgo. This moon that you right now you're experiencing maybe as an obstacle, and it's being maybe hard for you to, as I'm looking as well as these Knight of Wands, I think that it might be that you, whatever is coming here that maybe was in the hidden, and that could be related to your relationships, or when I'm saying relationships, maybe a partner that you work with, or maybe somebody that you only saw as an acquaintance and now is coming to you to give you an idea about something that you could do regarding your work, something that could have definitely something to do with a creative project that you are doing right now and you're trying to work hard on. I think that there might be, in the beginning, Virgo, it's a little bit like defensive about it. Because it's like, Virgo, you don't like the cloudiness, you know, this is not really your element. You know, you like to see things with clarity, and that's Virgo. You like to order things. You like to put things in a way, it's like divide them, but not because you want to divide them and keep them in that way, like divide it. No, you divide them because then you want to integrate them, you know? It's just that to get to that integration, Virgo first needs to very well analyze and structure what maybe all this is about. If we're talking about this new project or this project you have been working on for some time, or maybe the relationship that is kind of coming out of the darkness, you know, and that as it's like, guys, I mean, I have the moon and the star here. Someone that, and I'm saying this, could be related to work or one-on-one connections. I mean, like, when we're talking about your seventh house and this Piscean energy and this full moon at the end of the month, the seventh house is not just about intimate romantic relationships, but it's about one-on-one connections. So maybe we're talking about work connections, but on how you relate in these connections is like more at a personal, intimate level, you see. And Pluto is in a nice harmony to this moon. So even though it's opposing your sign, and I think that I see that this is something that it might even become uncomfortable for you, maybe, or like, as I said, unexpected, and almost like, okay, man, this means that maybe I need to change plans, or maybe I'm having here an idea, or this person wants to partner with me in a way that I don't know if I'm ready to do so. I don't know if I will be able, with everything I have on my plate right now, with everything I need to take care on in my life. It's like, can I really do this right now? It's just that as I'm looking at the scars and probably like looking at everything that is happening in the sky for you, Virgo, I see something here that even though the fog, even though maybe the darkness and maybe the uncertainty, something here is like calling you, Virgo. It's giving you also, maybe it's like becoming a source of inspiration for you. you know, like it's almost like something here is happening that is transcending you in another level. And it's almost like also giving you a sense of new hope and like finding a star that now Virgo is looking maybe from far, or you had been looking at the star from a distance, but it's actually becoming so obvious to you that this is something that you don't, it's like you really want to get to the star, you know, you really want to explore what this star is bringing you here, Virgo. It might come, this could represent so many things. It could become like that bright idea that you didn't see coming, and I see, man, I mean, something here is coming out of the dark, Virgo. Something here that you were probably not seeing. You were not seeing something here, and you're not seeing it yet. And maybe this has been causing you some sense of stress and anxiety, like, you know, the moon bringing the fears, because, you know, it feels uncomfortable not being able to see. Most surely when you are someone that likes to see things with clarity, no? You're like that observer that is constantly analyzing things, so you take secure steps, correct? But what is the star for you this month? What is this? What it is, maybe this person, or it could be that job, that creative project that until now you only were looking from far as just a mere dream. And what if actually this dream could become part of your reality? And you, although not seeing like how this could become even possible, I really think that you're gonna start having here some information or maybe communication from people, or somebody giving you this idea or opening you a door that could put you closer to the star, Virgo, that you have here. And now, you know that Mercury, your ruling planet, and you probably know this already, Virgo, we're gonna come right now, it's like we are starting to feel it, you know, we are in a moment where Mercury enters in shadow period, just before doing a retrograde. So, yes, Mercury is retrograde, like they do feel like a pain in the ass, mostly for signs like you, where you're ruled by Mercury. So every time a Mercury retrograde comes, look, I cannot even talk. Every time I say Mercury retrograde, I even have difficulties to speak out, you know. It's crazy. But this particular Mercury retrograde is gonna be so much more positive than generally what we experience during this period, because it's gonna be doing not just one, but three trianons with Jupiter in your 6th house. So even though it's in retrograde, and even though maybe it might be most surely by the end of the month, you're gonna start feeling like right now it's a moment like this first 2 weeks of September, it's a moment where you see that, yeah, you can take action, yeah, you can plan, you can organize yourself, and you have been, you know, active regarding this goal you have, or taking care of these things, you know. But maybe, you know, like when we're gonna enter in the second half of September, it would be a moment that more than action, it would be more about staying in the back and doing the work, but maybe it's like being more in this observant mode. All right, because Mercury, it's like it's gonna start like maybe making us feel like everything is going backwards, but while Mercury is doing this Jupiter beautiful aspect, these are moments where we will get even better moments or better ideas than we expected to have. Better maybe opportunities, even luck. Maybe in that moment where you feel that things are starting to become maybe some delays, maybe there are some situations that you were hoping for and you're starting to see that there is like something that is slowing down. While these things are slowing down, you might get these inputs that actually could improve that situation at a level that you even didn't expect it, Virgo. And there's a sense of something here very strongly. Is like I feel like, Virgo, that during this month, even though I see you, I feel an energy here of you being a little bit protective right now. Virgo is a little bit like maybe in defense mode. It's almost you are being inspired about something or someone. I think is also helping you out a lot to maybe get out of this cloudiness that you have been experiencing through this period. Virgo, your new year. I mean, what do you want me to tell you, Virgo? I mean, you are starting a new cycle, having a leap of faith, going for really what you want. And no matter the fears, no matter the darkness, no matter what it looks uncertain, you are doing something here, Virgo, that probably you have been waiting for a long time. Yes. You have a deep hope here. And maybe this is not something new. I think that this is something that you felt that this was maybe calling you already from far, and until now you didn't see, or you still maybe, I gotta say, you don't see how this, what are gonna be the results of this. And you're probably not gonna know it until you do it, Virgo. Because also what I feel that all this energy is actually teaching you, Virgo, is, and to all of us, is that sometimes, yeah, I mean, it's true, we need to plan, we need to organize, and it's necessary, definitely, and probably during this period, it's a time where we can take action, but we know as well that there are some things that we might still need to wait for, correct? But until we don't get a jump here, until we don't get that first step, we can try to assume and try to, let's say, create these expectations of what maybe this new beginning will bring to us, or maybe this job that you always wanted to do, or maybe this relationship that actually you're starting to realize that this could be actually something more than you even thought of, Virgo. Until you don't take that jump, until you don't, how can you actually know? You can't. I feel a Virgo here who is taking a jump It's like you liberating yourself from whatever in the past was no longer working for you. Like maybe I'm talking here to a Virgo that for a very long time maybe you experience some mental difficulties or even problems in communication with people, or maybe you had problems with your creativity or the way you were thinking. It's like it was difficult for you to have here a restart, to see yourself in this new way, you know. Now you're becoming so aware of this. You're becoming so aware of how much you have changed. And because you have been doing all this work on you, Virgo, this is what you're getting. This is what you are attracting as well. Now, what is coming in the environment for Virgo, please? Now, freeing yourself from whoever was or whatever was just creating problems where they were not, Virgo. And also, I'm gonna say this. When you have the sun on you, and you know, you are in a moment right now that you are being a magnet to people, Virgo. It's like moths to a flame. And what happens, and you know, it's like you being the star this month, you know. Virgo has done a great job. Virgo has walked away. You had been in a very deep healing process, Virgo. And now you're in a moment of, yeah, man, I mean, finally I'm liberating myself from all these. I gotta say, I'm maybe connecting here with a Virgo back there that maybe through some time you have been experiencing some sense of depression or deep sadness or nostalgia, but like very heavy energy of maybe for a very long time you were not very balanced with your emotions and your mental health, you know. As I said, Jupiter and Saturn are in your sign, are in your sixth house in Aquarius. So you have been taking care of this part of your life, like taking care of your routines, doing some more extra work in your health, for example. And maybe if you had been experiencing maybe someone there was having issues like an emotional imbalance here, or in some moments you felt like very down and then suddenly, it's like you arrive now in a moment where you are realizing that you are done with this. And so when you are becoming this star, when Virgo is becoming that flame, that sun, that light that everybody wants to grab, well, you attract everything. And sometimes not everybody has the right intentions, Virgo. Maybe some people, they try to kind of, or they did in the past, and this is what you had been liberating yourself from. People that had been, you know what? When Mars, it's in your sign now. But then by the 14th of this month, it's going to enter in Libra. And Mars in Libra, it's not a very comfortable. I mean, it's almost like being in his opposite house. Well, Venus, it's already in a Scorpio by the 10th, so it's like these two planets that are like the lovers of the sky are right now in houses where they don't feel comfortable. And Mars, specifically in Libra, we might be talking here about some gossiping, or people like trying to say things, or having this competitive, stupid way of acting, in some situations, or trying to, kind of battle down or create some dramatic, unnecessary situations here. Maybe this is not something that you're experiencing right now, but maybe this is what you had been liberating yourself from, Virgo. Like you doing the cleanup here. Doing like a real deep clean up. But I have the feeling, and this is how I feel it intuitively with this reading, hopes and fears, Virgo, that that some people, is like when you become the star, everybody wants a piece of you. And now, Virgo, who are worthy of your attention and who isn't. Because the people that come with this vibe to you right now, Virgo is like, man, hey, good for you, bye. This is a little bit like how I'm feeling. It's like you becoming a little bit more aware of actually who it's just bringing problems, or and this is, I'm not saying this to judge them or to judge their life, this is more about you, and like not to criticize them, but to understand what place you want to give them, or what importance you want to give to this kind of people, Virgo. I mean, if they and you are encountering this kind of people, or this is what happened to you, it's their decision or their choice to act this way. It's not your responsibility. Now, are you gonna give them that place or that importance in your life, or you would prefer just to let them be what they are and just center yourself here in the connections that actually, they are actually much worth it. But I do see here a sense of maybe competitiveness in your environment, or maybe people like talking in the back. I mean, this is like Mars in Libra can have these, while Venus being in a Scorpio, like throughout this middle of September, and this is just a few days, between the 14th maybe until the 2023, while we also gonna have this full moon in Pisces. Many people are gonna be acting in a way like very unclear, like maybe people talking about each other but in a secretive way, or not saying things in a direct way, like, and maybe all these, even though it might sound not so positive, it actually can bring some positive consequences of you maybe realizing what are the real intention of these people, or maybe that precise person, or who are maybe, it's like this is like coming out of the darkness. If this is happening kind of at the back, or that this is something kind of happening at the back, Virgo, I think that it's gonna become very obvious to you what actually these people wanted from you, or or what they were their intentions. Now I see this Ace of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords coming in your hopes and fears. And guys, when we're gonna enter your second half of September, and it's like entering in Libra period, the Sun and Mercury plus Mars in Libra, your second house of incomes, and we're gonna have an amazing Grand Trianon in air signs. So many good ideas that could bring you unexpected incomes. What it is, this Ace of Goals. Maybe you were waiting for some time to get something, maybe a new offer of work, or maybe a payment, something that you were wishing for some time, and maybe you were quite stressed about this. I mean, look at this guy. He doesn't look very, very calm. I think that maybe you had been fearing for some time that something regarding your material life wasn't gonna come out, Virgo. Like, you had been waiting here for maybe that new position at your work, or maybe that extra payment, or an extra, like maybe income of some kind, maybe tax payment, or maybe somebody bringing you here something. Look at this. I have the Ten of Cups in the back. So this is I think that this might have been what you also had been wishing for. Maybe could it be that offer to start this creative project that you had been kind of like working hard on, but you were a little bit like in the clouds, or there was a lot of fogginess regarding the situation, and probably this is what it has been causing you some anxiety and being like, man, I don't see this coming. I don't think that this is gonna happen. Maybe you have even some difficulties to sleep because of this situation, like, man, I really want this so bad, like, when is it gonna come? Well, the cards are saying that you are getting this. Like, maybe, I mean, and I don't like to say these kind of things, as, so like, this is like promising you what I cannot promise you, Virgo. But there is, if it's not exactly like what you expected, there is definitely here something that it's coming as an opportunity that is really helping you out to get where you wanted to get. You see? Like, maybe this doesn't come in the same way you expected. Maybe yes, but maybe not, okay? Maybe it comes in another form, or in another way. But whatever comes, I think that this is exactly what is also giving you this sense of liberation and freedom, and probably even like helping you out to get rid of any emotional heaviness or anxiety that, or fears that you were having regarding maybe that work or that financial situation that you were trying to arrange for some time, Virgo. Because this is your second house, and I really think that there are gonna be some like beautiful ideas that might come out, probably unexpected, and surprising, no? Or maybe some consequences of like what you're doing right now that will give you a sense of success here, in what you're doing. Too many cards, but I see Hierophant. Now, what is coming at the end of this reading, please? Too many cards. Wow. Oh my gosh, my legs. The Phoenix. Man, look at this energy. You are coming out. So new. New you, Virgo. This is like a new you. A rebirth. It's like being able like to leave the past behind, the difficulties, maybe the people that you have been struggling with, maybe some work problems that you were experiencing in the past and they felt, I mean, you know, and it also makes sense, you know, I mean, Jupiter throughout the half of the summer went to, it left your sixth house of Aquarius. So Saturn was alone in your sixth house. So maybe you have been, if this haven't been precisely one or a few people that you have problems maybe regarding your connections or not just, I don't think that you did directly, but I think that maybe there was something maybe with somebody that you knew that there was some problems here, no? Like this person maybe took him bullshit in a way. But if we're not talking here about a precise connection. Could it be just simply you feeling that you needed to struggle to accomplish a work you wanted to do? Maybe something about your job, something that you were doing and you were really, and you are still very active in this precise job. And it almost feels like maybe you didn't know if this was something that was going to pay you off, Virgo. Like really, this is how I feel it with these cards. And it's just that I think because of your decisiveness and your determination to get it done, and also your patience, because definitely I think that this is something that you had to be very patient with, or still you might have, or you might need some patience. But patience for a Virgo is not an issue. You can do this. But exactly because of this, there is something here that is coming as a payoff. And I don't think that this is just something material or like something that becomes as part of your 3D world, Virgo. I really think that this is a possibility to have a new start in your life. To start feeling yourself in this new way. You know, it's like being reborn again. You know, coming out of the ashes, coming out of the cloudiness, coming out of maybe all these difficult situations that maybe for a very long time you felt that were underneath the earth. And now Virgo is coming out of the underworld, and you're starting to see the light, guys. It's like, I think you have been doing a great job, Virgo, because I don't think that this is coming out of luck. This is coming because of your determination, your patience, and your hard work. You know? And now, to end this reading, guys, because I would like to give something here more about maybe what might be happening during this full moon in Pisces in the sector of relationships. I mean, I also know that this is generally a topic that interests to most of people. Might be that during this full moon, you might experience, or maybe you are already in process of experiencing this right now, but definitely something very important might be happening by the last fourth week of September, Virgo. Like, an important encounter, or like that deep conversation that could put you almost in this dreamy state, you know. And maybe that could be, having this judgment coming here. It could definitely be somebody that you already know, but you didn't see this person in the same light, you know. It's like there is a sense of looking at this person in a new way, and this person may be looking at you also in a complete different way. When the star comes, such a beautiful energy, because it's like it's like when it's like there are no limits, regarding maybe what it looks, just as it's like the limits between what is like the subject and the object are no longer there. So it's like a very deep, pure way of experiencing connections at a general level. Maybe this could represent a friend, or maybe this could represent someone from your family, but this is somebody that you relate on one-on-one. Like this is somebody that you're starting to see, or you see as intimate, no, as somebody that you can, or you have a profound connection with. Maybe there were some issues in the past with this person, if it does represent somebody from the past. And it could really be, Virgo, that while you're having this conversation or having this encounter, you might be able to heal whatever was not in the right place for you, Virgo, and probably this precise person. And when I'm saying this, it doesn't mean that you might get back together. If maybe this might represent somebody that you had a relationship with and now, no, but it's just about accepting whatever happened here, or whatever had to come to an end in the past, or maybe something that not necessarily was ended in the past, but just like nothing really happened, and then there is something deeper that is allowing you to feel this connection in another complete level, Virgo. It's very inspiring. Whatever is happening here for you, I think this is also something that has to do with the sense of liberation that you are embodying right now, Virgo. Because this is also so much more in alignment with that new self you had been building throughout all this time. And it's like, Virgo, it's like so aware, like your consciousness is so like that, even regarding your connections, even though this energy might bring some sense of cloudiness, and Virgo, you might need even some time to think about things, or maybe say to this person, whoever it is in your life, okay, this might come even out of the blue, or like out completely, like, whoa, I didn't think that this would be like this, or this conversation would have these emotional effects in me. You might probably want to have some time to rethink and process whatever is happening here, because I think in an emotional level, whatever it is, or maybe this connection or connections might have impact for you during this period. I think you might want to have some time to understand better and to process everything that has been happening here, so that whatever you decide to do about this, you can feel okay, whatever you want to do about this, it's also, I feel, and also like looking at these cards, whatever you will decide won't put in play your own independence, as I'm feeling this card coming here. Like maybe something here might question you about this conversation or this encounter, that you might want to take it slowly or like look at the situation in a different way, so you could see actually what is your position here regarding maybe this encounter or these connections. But at the end, what is the best about all this is that no matter what you decide, you are healing from whatever issues were going on here. And also, you're becoming so much more like, you know, conscious of where you want to put your energy, what kind of people you want to relate to. And that I think that this is also like what is helping you out to have this new start, Virgo, and to enjoy. And to enjoy maybe as you haven't enjoyed in a long time. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading, Virgos. I'm leaving my information below. If you like the video, don't doubt to like or subscribe. And otherwise, you can always write me an email if you have any questions. And enjoy this month of September, Virgos. And otherwise, I'm gonna see you next month. Bye bye.